Hey everyone, welcome to the show. Had some dark stories today. This one's a little bit more lighthearted, I guess. I don't know. You decide after I share these details. But on Friday, there was some really damning reporting that came out about Elon Musk. I don't know if you guys all saw it, but he showed up at the White House with a black eye, appeared to be tripping on something. I have video to share with you, a few videos about that. I have one from a while back, this one from the White House, and Musk seems to be making a real point of trying to distance himself from the Trump administration. So we'll talk about that as well. Before we get into all the details, though, please do me a huge favor. Click the subscribe button below this video. It is free for you. Really helps the show, and it really helps to get more eyeballs and ears on this information. So here's what all is going down with Ketamine K-hole Ken, which is how I'm referring to him now, Mr. Elon Musk. On Friday, the New York Times published an in-depth article about Musk's drug use. So they went and they spoke with a lot of different people who were supposedly with Musk during Donald Trump's presidential campaign. They also obtained a private message or multiple private messages and interviewed more than a dozen people who know Musk, either personally or people who have worked with him. And they said Musk was using so much ketamine, he was actually becoming incontinent. So sources say that they saw the pill box that he was carrying around with him. They also shared a photo of this pill box with the New York Times, and based on the photo, based on the people that the New York Times spoke with, they say that it contained about 20 different pills. And the New York Times reported those pills included ecstasy, psychedelic mushrooms, ketamine, and Adderall. Quite a cocktail he's got going on there. Musk previously, as you may know, he admitted that he uses ketamine, but he told a reporter, "Oh yeah, I take it once every 2 weeks." He claimed, this was prescribed for me for depression. And yeah, I use it very sparingly. I don't like drugs. I don't like, illegal narcotics. And so I just use it once every 2 weeks. Well, according to doctors who specialize in the use of ketamine to treat medical conditions, they're saying no, you would have to use it multiple times a week if you're going to start losing control of your bladder. So you don't see that side effect unless you are using it excessively and at least a couple times a week. So I'm going to show you some videos. You decide for yourself if Musk looks like he maybe has taken too many drugs. Check this one out. This was the White House visit. This was just last week when he went to say goodbye. They gave him his fond farewell at the White House. Check it out.
Well, it's a very sad case. It's a case we win. We can't lose that case because we have the right to make grants. We're not going to make any grants like that. But I don't think Harvard's been acting very nicely. I think Columbia wants to get to the bottom of the problem. They've acted very well. And there are other institutions, too, that are acting, but Harvard's trying to be a big shot. And all that happened...
Did you guys catch that part at 14 seconds? For anyone on the podcast, I'll kind of describe this for you. The video shows Musk. He's standing in the Oval Office. Donald Trump is speaking. You may have heard that in the background. And Musk starts looking up at the ceiling and then his head starts rolling back, like rolling around on his shoulders, and his eyes are rolling around. And to me, it's almost like he can hear music that the rest of us can't. That's what it looks like to me. Like Musk is really enjoying some sort of symphony. He's like, oh. We can't hear it, Musk. Don't know what you're listening to, but yeah. And then take a look at this video. This was from Donald Trump's inauguration, and he does basically the same thing, but it's even more pronounced. I think it was even worse in this video. So he is rolling. He's rolling for a lot longer in this one. Check it out.
Which is one of the things he said he was going to do, creating a new department of government, something that's very hard to do in the United States. How much of it that he's laid out today can he actually do? How much will his team, which is actually an interestingly diverse ideological team in the cabinet, how much will they work?
Yeah. He's tripping balls, as the kids would say. He is rolling hard deep in that K-hole. And I have one more video for you. This one was taken at Mar-a-Lago. This was during some event in the past couple of months. I think it was from March. Check out what he's doing here. Again, for those on the podcast, what the video shows is Musk is sitting at a dinner table. He has a date with him, one of his baby mamas, and he's playing with the utensils at the dinner table. He's like stacking them together, attaching them, and, watching them, almost like making them fly like spaceships. Very bizarre behavior. and she's just sitting there staring at him. Obviously, people were recording him when he's doing this. And when he showed up at the White House last week, as I mentioned in the beginning, he had a black eye. Now, Musk claims, oh, I was playing around with my son. I was playing around with X, and I told him to punch me, and he punched me, and I got a black eye. And, Donald Trump is heard in the video going, oh, yeah, if you knew X, you'd know that that's probably true. Like, he's some tough guy. Sorry, not buying it. I am not buying this. You have to get hit pretty damn hard to get a black eye. Okay. I mean, it has to be something more than a toddler striking you to get a black eye. I'm just saying. So, are we ever going to find out really what happened and where he really got this black eye? I don't know. We'll see. And here's the thing. If you're an adult and you want to go do drugs, you're not hurting anyone, you're not endangering anyone, you're not getting behind the wheel of a car, have at it. Go for it. I could not care less. But when you are handed the keys to our entire government and you're spiraling in a K-hole, no freaking way. No, you absolutely need to be kept away at all costs. There is a reason why government employees are subject to drug tests. I mean, beyond the fact that obviously you can make very poor decisions when you're high as a kite, you shouldn't have access for that reason. But you can also be bribed. You can also do a lot of stupid stuff when you're not on the clock for the government that can then be leveraged against you, and you can be blackmailed with it. So this is just insane that he had such power in our government. This is a guy who everyone was calling the president because it appeared that Trump had completely abdicated his duties to Musk. He was given complete autonomy to do whatever the hell he wanted with the government. And now we're finding out this guy's allegedly a full-blown tweaker. I mean, people kind of suspected, people were talking about it before, but come on. We're now seeing video after video of him acting very bizarrely. And, don't tell me, oh, it's because he's autistic. I've been around autistic people. I've been around people who are high functioning autistic people like Musk, highly intelligent, high functioning people. And I have been around nonverbal autistic people. I have never seen anyone staring at the ceiling and rolling their head around, rolling their eyes around as if they're about to go into a, full-blown attack and like have some sort of medical issue in front of me. I'm sorry, you're not going to explain it away with that. And the New York Times pointed out, as a government contractor, which is SpaceX is his company, they are required to administer random drug tests of all of the employees. And the employees cannot be on anything, it cannot be taking drugs. If they are a government contractor, they will be fired. But the sources told the New York Times, well, as the owner of the company, Musk always has advanced warning for these tests. So, of course, he cleans up his act, does the test, I'm presuming, you know, or how hard would it be, wealthiest man on the planet, to just pay somebody, oh, give him your urine instead of mine. I don't know what they do. I don't know if they do if they do blood tests, if they do urine. I'm assuming it's a urine test. I don't know. But how hard would it be for him to pay somebody off? And they wrote in this article, quote, last year, as he jumped into the political arena, some people who knew him worried about his frequent drug use, mood swings on fixation and fixations on having more children. So this guy should not be anywhere near the levers of power. And like I said, he seems to be making a big public point of distancing himself from Donald Trump. In a recent interview, I think it was over the weekend, even with CBS News, he was like, oh, I disagree with some of the things going on in the administration. I don't want to be held accountable, blah, blah, blah. First, he said he didn't want to talk about the administration, and then he goes on to talk about it himself and bring it up. So I don't know. I don't know if the investors at Tesla are forcing him to do this, if there's truly a rift between Trump and Musk, as I mentioned last week. I believe there is. I mean, Trump just ousted a guy from NASA that was one of Elon Musk's personal picks. So they just threw him out. And like I said, he screwed him over with that whole UAE investment and let his rival take it on. So I do think that there is a rift between the Trump administration and Elon Musk. Either way, I can't imagine that Tesla is ever going to regain popularity, no matter how much he tries to distance himself, no matter how much he and Trump have a falling out. They're never, in my opinion, they are never going to get back to the popularity that they had years ago. I don't think the investors have truly grappled with that fact yet. Regardless of whether or not Musk is fully focused on Tesla, as we keep hearing, consumers now associate the company with Musk and Trump. So right there, you lose a majority of the buyers in the US and around the world. I know the stock price has rallied recently. I just think that they have false hope. I think that, people around him, they believe the hype about this whole Tesla robo-taxi business that's rolling out this month. By all accounts, as I've mentioned in another video, it's supposed to be another epic failure. So should be fun to watch. I will keep you posted on that. I'll definitely let you know. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe to the channel if you have not. Please donate if you possibly can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.